Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Now, we had previously said that we were earlier tonight that we were gonna try to decode the Star Wars Luke, I am your father, no, I am your father, and we are. But I had this lined up already, and I'd been thinking this one in my head, guys. Now we've got our number thing going on, and I have my theory here. We have our, I don't know, I never even asked. Is that your theory?
What?
That these numbers probably aren't coding back to their quantum computer user, like
Well, I'll tell you
where
what.
it's 2 for 2, and
I'll tell you what. If it wasn't my theory, you better believe you'd know all about it.
I'd know all about it. That's probably your theory, and to be honest with you guys, when I first ran that, I figured they would just run right back to Perry Stone Ministries and Miami University, but they didn't. They didn't. And we had another weird one in here. We had Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing, and we already decoded that forwards and backwards in genetics, chemicals, stock market, and translations. All right, we did that, and um, that's where we got my name is Shemi from the translations. And then I Googled Shemi and found Coleman Shemi, an artist sculptor, Argentina, I believe. And I couldn't understand why he would have a quantum computer or why he would use a quantum computer. He's an artist. Um, you know, calculate art. And he's 80 something. So, it wasn't what I was thinking. But then when we started using these numbers, I had that theory. My name is Shemi. And this it was bothering me since we caught on to these numbers. So I decided to go ahead and do this one. Um, so we had Sultans of Swing. We had see if we could peg another quantum computer user, guys. So we had things or a thing turned into things, and them turned into it. So THING would cancels out both ways, and you left with an S. We brought the S down. A and the T's cancel off here, and you're left with HEMI. HEMI. Those coded forwards and backwards in all those categories, and the translations came up with my name, and I missed is on my video, but my name is, and the whole name was the whole extraction said Shemi. My name is Shemi. So we went ahead and put the numbers to that, and I'll provide the link of our video where we explain the numbers. But basically, you had S um, on this chart. S was 1, H 8, E5, M4, and I9. And it's a numerology chart. All right. And 18549. Now, interestingly enough, 18549 coded 18549. All of it. Um, self and it was self-regulatory organizations, New York Stock Exchange LLC, um, and I believe it stood for a couple of other things as well, but that was the highlight right there. Then I broke that down. 185 was a Cola Corp, on the Frankfurt Exchange. We've had the Frankfurt Exchange before, right? 49 ended up being West 49 on Markets Insider, and that got you through going forwards. 18549. And actually, before I go any further, I do have that chart right here because I wrote it down so that I could easily access it any time. S is 1. H. This is why I wanted to skip it, guys. H is, 8. Right here. H is 8. E is 5. M is 4. And I is 9. And that's where we got our numbers. Now we've already took those numbers through forwards. And now we're going to come through backwards. Now, interestingly enough, it didn't decode backwards in the stock market or any of the other categories for that matter, but it did go through forwards. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, the whole number forwards. We're going to decode it all the way forwards and backwards here. It did. I'm talking about the whole number, 18549. So coming backwards, 945 was 945 HK, Manulife Financial Corporation on Bloomberg. 81 was 81 HK, China Overseas Grand Oceans Group Ltd on Bloomberg. That got you through backwards in the stock market of these numbers. So forwards, once again, going through genetics, 18549 for genetics gives you pages of stuff. The highlight of which for me was cellulose cell line GM 18549. I'll provide the link. You can read all about it. Then I went back and did 185, and 185 stood for CCDC 185 single gene. And it's a gene. 49, when you Googled that with the genetics, you got 49XXXXY syndrome. And I'll let you read all about that. I'll provide the link. It's a real thing. That got you through forwards in genetics. And now coming back, 945 ends up being CD33 molecule in humans, genetic ID 945, plus several other things that 945 code runs through in genetics that they could look at. 81 ends up being CD81 gene plus a lot to sift through. And that gets you through backwards in genetics, forwards and backwards. And then we ran through chemicals. We're going somewhere with this, guys. 18549, run all the way through forwards, gives you just pages. Pages. I didn't even pick a highlight. There was just pages of this stuff. Chemicals that 18549 goes through. 185 ends up being Chemical Engineering Science, Volume 185. That was the highlight. And there were a couple other things, but that was the thing that I saw that stood out to me. 49 ends up being indium on the periodic table of elements, atomic number 49. Also, Chemical Engineering, Volume 49, and Journal of Chemical Physics, Volume 49. So several things, plus a host of other things that 49 runs through. and that gets you through going forwards in chemicals. Backwards, 945 ends up being BLZ 945, and it's a chemical. It also, the other highlight I saw was oxalogesic, acid, chemical ID 945. Uh, and then you have 81, which ends up being Journal of Chemical Technology and Biotechnology, Volume 81. And that gets you through going forwards and backwards in chemicals, genetics, and the stock market. So I decided to run the numbers against or with Coleman Shemy because my name is Shemy, right? And they don't come up with anything. They cross the numbers off. It says missing the numbers. They're not there. They don't code back to Coleman Shemy. The only thing that really codes back to him at all is like the size of some frames of some of his art, which to me is very, very insignificant because that's just the size of frame he used. I don't see that as going back to a specific Coleman Shemy piece or Coleman Shemy himself. The numbers simply don't go back to him. And that falls right in line with Willa Thorson from Miami University and also Perry Stone of Perry Stone Ministries. The numbers did not run back to them for everything they ran to everything in those categories, and we also did random, which I didn't do here. But the point is, they don't go back to Coleman Shemy, so we're calling it Coleman Shemy is our third potential quantum computer user. Now, why would Coleman Shemy encode My Name is Shemy into a song? Art, perhaps. Maybe he's got some investments in the stock market. Maybe he's invested. I mean, I looked at some of his art. Some of his art's pretty pricey stuff. Maybe he's got some bucks. Maybe he's invested in the stock market. Maybe he's invested in a genetic or chemical engineering company. It's possible. But either way, it looks a whole lot like he had access to a quantum computer and used it. So that's going to be it for this one right here. This is Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing, and our third potential quantum computer user, Coleman Shemy, painter, sculptor. And for everything we've done, that's all we've got for possible quantum computer users. But we have barely got through probably a page or two of graph. Maybe we've got through more of the decodes than that. But there's so much more to look through. And but that's going to be it for this one, guys. Coleman Shemy, third potential quantum computer user that we found. And yeah, I guess you can. I guess this isn't really a thumbs video, but you can thumb us up if you're following along and you agree that Coleman Shemy probably had got his hands on a quantum computer. And I guess you can thumb us down if you disagree that that's a coincidence that My Name is Shemy is in the extracted changes of that song, and the numbers do not code back to him just like our other two. So that was bugging me. I wanted to investigate that. Now I have, and I think we put it to bed for us. And that's going to be it for this one. Did I get everything, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we got everything. And we will get the next thing we do will be to do Luke. Luke and No. We already have the letters for it. And it should be relatively simple. It'll either code or it won't. And there's no telling what we'll find. It should be interesting. I'm not sure it'll code the same way as the songs. The word changes might, right? We don't know. We're not sure how that's going to work out, but we don't know how to calculate the variances. So we have the variances on these songs, and we have these songs in the graphs. This movie change won't have any of that. It'll just be straight away to see what we can decode, see what's there, if anything. There might be a treasure trove, and there might be bumpkus. So it'll be interesting, and we'll do it next in the next day or two. Well, probably tomorrow. And that's going to be it for now, guys. So for now, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, subscriptions. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your evening.